It's 8:25. We're getting a nice start. Got nowhere near Trent's grocery last night, otherwise known as 606. That's where we're going, and that's where our breakfast awaits. Root ball.
You know what it looks like to me?
What?
A giant tick. Get your head out of the middle of the tick.
Ew.
Oh, I'm falling into the tick.
It's vile.
It is.
It's engorged. Thinking beyond Trent's groceries, which will surely happen before noon, Damascus is on the event horizon, becoming a quantifiable period of time. So last night, we spent a little time looking at what might realistically happen. So Damascus is 145, which at this point is a number you can actually think about hiking and think about how long that takes. 2 weeks max, I'd say, barring disaster, which feels like a AT version of the Muslim God willing. If we're doing well, of course, we'll go past Damascus and get a shuttle back. Irwin's another 70 miles, and then we're back into familiar terrain. Started to look at some of the things past Irwin that we remembered, like Fire Scald Mountain and Spivey Gap. Not particularly memorable, but I believe we met Miss Janet there, or maybe at Sam's Gap, and Hot Springs and Max Patch. If we do transition this into a through hike, which seems quite likely, we'll have done all of Virginia, which is huge. Even having been 65% done, all of Virginia was hanging over my head. You go the longest possible route you can through Virginia, and you twist and turn a lot. It has a lot of good stuff, a lot of bad stuff, boring stuff, great stuff, but it goes on forever. It rained on us several times as we were getting ready to go, but I'm pretty sure we both understood it was temporary. There's no serious precipitation in the forecast all this week. From my favorite author, Tristan Gooley, I've learned that forests actually make their own weather. So forests form where there might tend to be more rain, but once they form, they create more moisture and clouds, I believe, from the trees breathing and the shade. That's really cool. So it's a positive feedback loop. As soon as the temperature starts ramping up a little, we'll hit that point of mass humidity. Hopefully we'll be stopping and relaxing at that point. Always like to get some hiking in before I get hot, because I massively slow down as soon as it gets hot. We thought we were going to go quite a few more miles yesterday, and then we both got to a point where I have this knot in my back, and it just felt like a knife. And Turtle Toe was looking at every flat spot and saying, "Is this the campsite?" So we ended a good amount of distance earlier than we thought. There was yet another slight bear bag snafu. We lost the little bag that we used to throw the rock. Pulled hard on the string this morning and cut the rope and left the little bag in the tree. That's one way to lose some weight from your pack. There's the obnoxious non-stop call of the red-eyed vireo, but the beautiful, mysterious bohemian call of the wood thrush, which is so gorgeous, and that's kind of how I identify it. But then when you hear the hermit thrush, you think, oh my God, that is gorgeous. This area clearly floods all the time. All these carved out streams in the bottomlands. Better get back on the trail. Time for Trent's grocery. Still like 5 miles, but these are fast miles. We couldn't quite find that magic 4 miles that was pancake flat and really cool. We did find like a mile of it, but then got scrubby and a little up and down. Nothing to complain about, but not magic either. But now we seem to be back in magic land. Well, not pancake flat, but hey, I'm not complaining. Good enough for running or AT striding up and downhill. Ooh, well that's eroded. Usually part of the magic is sections like that have bridges. Still not complaining, but talking about what it feels like to be spoiled. Mud. We haven't seen much of that. More mud. I think a lot of these Nobos haven't yet learned their good mud trail technique, which is there's always little rocks to step on even when you think there aren't. But sometimes they're not rocks. Sometimes it's just a section of mud disguised as a rock. I hear waterfalls. Minor announcement. We will not be going to Dismal Falls, which, despite the name, is supposed to be amazing. And there's a nice 10-foot jump off the waterfall, which I'm not really given. Jumps off of cliffs no matter how small. And this is Dismal Creek, and it's beautiful, not dismal. I just like looking at water in the morning. I don't even need any. Maybe I'll wash my face.
It looks like a duck egg.
How do you know?
Big, but I think somebody was eating hard-boiled eggs.
Look, there's a nice spot here so I don't fall in. I've certified it. This is the magic area. I feel like you just can't help beating along through here. Last night might have been a different story, so I'm glad we stopped.
Oh.
Oh, this bridge is crooked. I don't...
That must be a pleasant place to have a nest. Is there a bird in it, do you think?
I don't see one.
Did you get that?
No, I wish I had.
It hit you right across the forehead.
I believe this is what's called a bower. And this is what Turtletail just read it to head first. Unfortunately, I did not get that on video. Memory of Denise. You know, theoretically, you're not supposed to put memorials on the trail, but I don't know. That's lovely. Trent's Grocery incoming. Whee! This is not a bad hill. I'm essentially lightly running up it, but still, the last obstacle between me, breakfast and recharge and all the good stuff that the promised land of Trent's Grocery should have is looking good, because it's all downhill from there. Baby effed. Only the second one I've seen on the trail so far. More bear corn. Jogging, not trudging, to my happy destiny. This is really easy trail. I think we're gonna come around the corner and be going downhill any moment. Yup, I'm getting pretty smart. Oh-wee! I'm a little excited about breakfast. A second breakfast. And what is this? Oh my God. Mountain laurel. Absolutely ready to bloom. I gotta take a picture with the mountain laurel. It's happening. It's really happening. We're gonna make it to Damascus. Maybe even Irwin. Maybe even further. Our daily dose of destruction. I'm sure we'll have more. Ooh. Oh, nice benches. No time to sit. Almost to the grocery. Oh, good. I didn't see the trail. I thought I had to go straight through that. That would have been unpleasant. Here's the trail. Morning mud and forget-me-nots. I'm gonna take a look, although, you know, I know it's a risk to my health and happiness. This is a very secure registration box. It's double locked. We've reached civilization. I don't see the grocery. Slight snafu. We got to the road, and then I realized it was a half-mile road walk. A road walk for a deli sandwich is nothing, whereas a half-mile for water sometimes is. Right now, this is all I need for relaxation. Place to put down my pack, sit, and eat. There's second breakfast, part one. Straw.
No, I only got one straw.
Okay. Are you gonna put the straw in?
No, it will ruin it.
That's a good milkshake.
This is a wonderful milkshake. Look how thick it is. And that's real ice cream. That's not fake thick.
You endorse this milkshake?
I saw her put the ice cream in and the milk in.
I heard the little
syrup.
milkshake machine. Okay. I don't regret it. Spent some time with the good old boys. Had a sandwich, which I'm still full from. Have some fresh Gatorade. Made me glad that I don't live in Deep Woods, Virginia, although it could be worse. And now I'm very full.
It's a suspension bridge.
It's a suspension bridge, so it's probably the suspension bridge, yes.
And it must get...
Are you ready? Is it bouncing?
I can probably bounce it more. I didn't really like it that much.
Like on these giant mushrooms. We are having some trouble with trail logistics. We're really attached to stopping at this brushy mountain outpost just because it's unclear where our next real stop is with charging, resupply, and etc. So we're trying to make the most of the few stops that do exist. We have food, but I think I can speak for both of us and say neither of us are really inspired to eat what we're carrying. Brushy Mountain Outpost seemed like a given, but we're only open 7 to 2. So there's some water challenges in this part. Now, ow, jeez. We need some water right now, and there is no water, but there's absolutely no water for at least 4, and then none for another 3 miles after that. Not a lot after that, so you kind of have to be strategic where you're getting it, how far you want to carry it. There also don't appear to be endless camping spots, although you can make one under duress. With Brushy Mountain a given, that set us at not going too far today, so we could go a reasonable distance tomorrow, but still make it there in the morning on Friday and not be setting ourselves up to do some 8 miles in the morning, which is just stressful. Doing some research and going over and over again the same places. Marion, which is a 5 miles off trail in about 70 miles. Didn't sound all that inviting, but then I realized Marion is the place that has an actual outdoor gear supply store. And same said store runs a hostel. It's been so long since we've been to any place that has an outdoor gear store that we just had to go. We're Marion bound, which makes me feel a lot better about skipping Brushy. I'm so glad we figured out the Marion thing. I feel like I'm getting my hiker legs, which brings me to a question that I might have asked in 5th grade sex ed. What if I go through it before my friends do? In this case, my mother, because she's my hiking partner. Patience, patience. Maybe it'll give me time to actually catch up on my videos. I hate the thought of being locked in. What if I feel good? It's been a while since we've done some miles and our averages dip below the floor, to be honest. And I just want to get it back to where it should be, just to feel like things are on an even keel. Look at all the columbine on the edge of the cliff.
Oh, wow.
But it's kind of scary because I went out there to take a picture of it.
And there's nothing under those leaves.
It is like on the edge.
Yeah, don't go out there.
I kind of already did. Wow, Walker Mountain is awesome for wildflowers. I'm really digging this Walker Ridge. It is chock full of wildflowers. Continuing with amazing wildflowers. I think I'm getting overexposure to the deep south. The last hikers, it stood out that they had a northern accent. I guess I stand out that way too. And maybe I'm starting to get used to be called ma'am. Anemones, slightly anemic azaleas, and some more. But they're early. Trail is gorgeous here. I am dreaming of 5 miles to go. but Turtle Toe's having some stomach unsettledness. We'll see how it goes. We have less than a mile to the bottom, and then we climb another mountain. But this is some nice trails. It just says hustle, hustle, hustle. The skies are looking real cloudy. There's a lot of gray up top, and I'm feeling a couple raindrops. Apple Weather says 0 chance of precipitation, but what do they know? I've been learning about microclimates and how forests make their own rain. The rain clouds will probably squeeze out a little rain fart, but I don't think it's going to be much. We're deep in Virginia, and I saw so much of the Appalachian Trail in Virginia. I did not realize that the majority of the Virginia Appalachian Trail is nearly in West Virginia, because it sure feels like West Virginia here. Fraction time again. Fractions are your friends. It's about 5 p.m. and we've seen some really nice campsites. And yes, we are walking uphill, but the day's been kind of cloudy and not too hot. It's beautiful hiking weather. It's a beautiful evening. The water problems have abated a little, and we're both actually feeling okay. Maybe even better than okay. So we decided to not go to the beautiful campsites we just saw and continue on a bit. We already have 11 plus miles in the bag today, and that's including a long stop to have a cooked lunch. Not by me. Our problems have done a little bit better. Definitely getting out of the serious water crunch area. Hiker water gathering. That would be the rhododendron leaf engineering. We stay or should we go? I don't know. And that was the most uphill, yes. Temperature 75, and I know it looks sweaty, but there's a cool breeze. The trail is beautiful. It's a beautiful time of day, and I just feel finally good. I could keep hiking. Just matters what we're hiking to.
Reading a sign.
All the sign says is shelter.
No, the other sign says State Route 611 3.1.
I don't even remember the name of the shelter.
Jenny's Knob.
Oh, thank you. After some calculation and consternation, we are headed off into the great unknown. We are headed for a very weak spring in 2.8, but honestly, any spring that comes along will do. Following any spring that comes along, we are headed for any campground. We're pretty easy to please, but neither of us wanted to stay at the shelter, and it looked like a big downhill to get to it. Lots of dry washes. You can see why these valleys flood. The mountains are super steep and just have raging drainages. Imagine how water pours down that ravine. There's a trail right there, right alongside a drainage. Like we might be running out a hill here. Appears to have made it to the ridge. Breeze. Water! We found it. Not gonna be so lucky as to find a place to sleep right here by the water, unless we want to sleep in a ditch. Not quite a puffball, but we'll take it. My evening has already been made because after we hiked our mysterious 2.8 miles, got a little long in the tooth at the end. We found the water as predicted, but then I looked at when water would be again. It's like 7 miles, so I thought, well, I better load up. So here I have a loaded pack going uphill. But as we were down there, we ran into these nice gentlemen section hiking who, first of all, didn't believe we had found water. So we're delighted to find water themselves. We asked them if they'd seen a campsite, and they said yes. They told us there was a beautiful campsite no more than a quarter mile ahead. So we're looking for that right now. Cool mushrooms. Here's my non-traditional bear hang, which is a bear hang off a dead tree. It's not that high off the ground, but it is a PCT. A little bit of sunset action. So we're really close to the road. On the other hand, I don't think anyone ever drives on it. Here's our tent. Entry to the AT. Far from Roanoke, but they still maintain this section. Here's our happy home with the tent up, the food organizing platform, the charging station, the kitchen, where there's a pot of rice and beans, the laundry tree, the water station. He was hanging out by my phone.
Where are you going, little frog?
Am I in your home? I probably am, and I'm being very rude. Little frog. Okay, bye.